Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome back for another spooky get ready with me. Well, a half get ready with me because I done my skin, my bronzer and my blush and my brows before I started. And then I done my highlighter with you guys, eyes with you guys, and then finished everything off at the end. But it's still a get ready with me and it's a little bit of like kind of what's going on right now. What I've been watching, what spooky things have I been watching recently, just what I've been up to, and also talking about books because see this guy? See my Kindle friend right here? My best friend. This is my best friend right now. So I'll be talking books. So if you're into books, if you're into reading, yeah, we're gonna have a little discussion about that. So this is gonna be a fun video while I do this beautiful Batwing liner. Just before we get into the actual tutorial, my Instagram is linked down below. I post all the up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks, and my TikTok is down there for a little bit of extra content if you want to go give both those a follow. Alrighty, I don't want this intro to go on too long because I'm going to be telling you, if I continue talking, I'll just tell you everything I'm going to tell you already in the video and I'll just say it twice and there's no point. So let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so we are partially ready to go. I've kind of got everything that I normally have on except my highlighter. So it's kind of like a partial get ready with me because I just want to get all this on and chat away about random things for spooky season. So that's what we're doing. So I am going to do my highlighter with you guys though because have to with this. This is the Glamlite Chucky Good Guy collection and it's Evil Chucky on the front and I love it so much. But it's a gorgeous kind of gold, super gold shift. I have it upside down because I don't want to blind you with the mirror. But beautiful gold shift because we are going to be doing kind of mustardy shades on the eyes and I'm very excited about it. So let us pop a little bit of this on. I'm using an e.l.f. brush that doesn't have a name on it. It's like a big stubby kind of brush like this, and we're just going to pop a little bit of this on the cheekbones. Not much has been happening because it's actually, as I'm filming this, it's still not October yet, so but I have been watching a few kind of horror movies and I'm such a nerd. I've got a Google document where I track my horror movies, rate them, compare it to the IMDb rating and give a little mini review on it. And the reason for that is I ordered online a long while ago, it's the horror movie logbook kind of thing. It was just on Amazon, small little book. I've got 2 of them, but I didn't know, I know I want to put it in like year order of when I'm putting it in, but I haven't watched them all, so I can't fill it out until I watch all the horror movies, or a substantial amount of them that I want to see. Look at that shine, oh my goodness. So yeah, I have a Google document. I'm such a nerd with everything, including horror movies. So my eyes are primed and all that kind of stuff, my brows are on and all that jazz. All listed down below as usual, and I'll let you know what's on my cheeks towards the end. But we are going to use the Glaminatrix Nocturnal palette because I used this during spooky season, not last year, possibly the year before, if not was the year before that. Could have been a while ago. And I done a 3 looks on palette and I done a first impressions, and I adored this palette. It's one of my favourite palettes in my whole collection. But I want to use these 2 shades here, these 2 mustardy shades, maybe a bit of black, but probably not the black, mostly these 2. And then I've got some fun kind of shimmers for the lid, and we're going to do a fun, funky liner, and I'm so excited. So while I'm chatting, I'll just let you know the brush is a number 5 from BH Cosmetics, the Rose Gold set, and I'm going to take Fog. This one here, we're going to work that in the crease because I just want that like mustardy tone kind of background the liner that I'm going to do, just for that grunge element, and bring it the whole way across. Anyway, on to the horror movies that I have watched. So today, actually, this morning, I watched From Dusk Till Dawn, which I'd never seen, and I've been wanting to watch for ages, but it wasn't working in my boyfriend's house, and it was working on my Sky Cinema, so I watched it there this morning while I was doing a bit of editing, and it was so fun. I was shocked at how fun it was, considering it's a horror movie, and like, you know, it's supposed to be scary, but it was so fun. It's vampires, George Clooney's in it, it's written by Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino's also in it. Tom Savini stars in it, and I'm pretty sure he does the special effects makeup kind of jazz with it because it was the practical effects look like very Tom Savini, and I'm a huge Tom Savini fan. I love that man. But yeah, it was so fun. Salma Hayek is in it as well, who is one of my boyfriend's love of his life, apart from me obviously, but you know, his celebrity love of his life. And yeah, I loved it. It was so much fun. It was so fast paced as well. I was expecting, because it was written by Tarantino and Tarantino was in it, that it was going to be way longer. I thought it was going to be like 2.5 hours, but it was like halfway through the movie and I checked the time on it. I was like, whoa, we're like an hour in and we're over halfway through. That's insane. It's like an hour and 50 minutes, but for like Tarantino, that's very quick. So yeah, I just thought it was so much fun. I did log it on my little Google Doc. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I'm also bringing that shade all the way up into my brow as well, just for funsies, because I like that look. Okay, so now we're going to take the shade Gloom. This one here, this darker mustard brown sort of shade. And this is a blend Bunny B4. Small little mix between a skinny blending brush and a pencil brush. It's kind of a mix of the two. Just taking a little bit of that shade. And I'm just going to deepen up my crease with that. So what else did I watch recently? Oh, I finally, took me a while, finally seen Longlegs. I've been waiting ages for it to go onto any sort of like, so we've got a Fire Stick, so I've been waiting for it to go onto that. And yeah, it went onto it and I watched it there the other night and it was so good as well. I was so shocked. It got me. Some of the scares in it actually got me. The one right at the beginning, if you know, you know. That one got me, and it's kind of hard to get me with jump scares. I'm not immune to them. I'm not immune to being scared in horror movies. I enjoy it. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Everyone was like talking about Nicolas Cage and his performance is amazing, but I do think Nicolas Cage is an amazing actor. He's wacky and wild, and you don't know what you're going to get out of him. And I kind of love that. But the only thing I'll say is that everyone was talking about how he looked in it, which it did not look like Nicolas Cage. Let me tell you that the makeup was so good. But the way people were going on about it, I thought he was going to look more disturbing, if that makes sense. And he was, but I just thought it was going to be another level up from what it was, if that makes sense. But like, I really enjoyed the kind of, what do you call it, twist? Kind of a twist. The kind of story that's told at the end, basically. There's a story that's told, and I really enjoyed that part as well. It kind of gave me like Silence of the Lambs feels, sort of. The kind of detective sort of thing. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very good. I think I gave it like a 6.4 or 5 or something like that. Yeah, I did enjoy that. I'm also bringing this shade up high as well. Okay, now I'm just taking a little bit more fog on that same big fluffy brush, and we're just going to soften around the edge and make sure that we don't lose any of that gorgeous mustard. So another movie that I watched, I could have already talked about this, but I'm going to talk about it again because it's spooky season and it is a horror movie that I watched. Ages ago I watched Late Night with the Devil. God, I love that movie so much. That was such a good movie. It was shot so well. I love the 70s vibe, the kind of possession element. I'm not going to spoil any of these, but I'll give you the general like gist of it. Basically like a chat show kind of thing, Halloween special goes wrong, shockingly. And there's a particular scene in it. I can't say a lot about it, but there's a particular scene in it. And like halfway through, and it just gave me such chills while I was watching that scene. It was so fun. Now a lot of people have like issues with the ending. I liked the ending. I liked the kind of reveals at the end and stuff like that. It didn't bother me, and the effects at the end I actually kind of liked, because for me it's like, if this was made in the 70s, these are the effects they would use, which I know that's not what it's supposed to be, but I kind of liked that element of it. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts were on those movies. Was there anything else I watched? I feel like I watched something else. For the lower lash line, I'm taking Gloom, the darker brown, and I'm just taking this on a little lip brush that I have, and we're just going to run this along my lower lash line, connecting on the outer corner. Now, I don't think there is any other horror movies that I watched, but there's a lot that I'm looking forward to. So we've got, I think it's on October 10th or 11th. I'm actually in London with work on the 10th. But Terrifier 3 is coming out, and it's set around Christmas. We're getting Art the Clown at Christmas, which is going to be wild. I watched Terrifier 1, not spooky season gone, the spooky season before that. Just like literally sitting here, and I had it on when I was like doing the bits where I finish off my face after filming. I was watching it and I was just like, wow. That went places and it's crazy. And then last year on Halloween, like night in my boyfriend's house, I decided to put Terrifier 2 on. I was like, cool. It's supposed to be super gory. It's supposed to be, and I'm like, it's not like gore offends me watching anything. I will watch most movies. I like the gore in it for, you know, a normal horror lover. But I was watching it. Well, he wasn't watching it. He doesn't like horror movies. He was playing video games, but kind of in between his video games, when his like Rocket League was loading up or something like that, he would kind of glance over, and he just so happened to glance over at the worst scene in the whole movie. It's graphic, is all I can say. And he was definitely judging me by the end of watching that scene, because he couldn't take his eyes off it. And I had no response for him, sorry. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Now, I did find Terrifier 2 to be a bit like the kind of mainline plot of it with, is this Serona? I can't remember the main girl's name in it. So it's something like that anyway. And I'm probably totally wrong. I found that to go a bit out there. And Terrifier is out there, as is Art the Clown is out there. But I found that just a little bit much for me. But I liked it. You know what I mean? I liked the story, the fights, and all that kind of stuff. I thought it was cool. It's taking a little bit more fog on this like big fluffy flat brush that I have here. It's like a Primark Harry Potter wand brush. And we are just going to blend out that lower lash line. But yeah, and then there's an end credit scene. Which, I mean, you just have to watch. I don't know if I can even recommend it, because you have to be... There's certain people I know can't watch it. I just know people who cannot watch that movie. And I would never ever tell them to watch it, because I just know that they can't. I will watch 90% of things. There's certain movies I will not watch, and I've already decided on them, and I more than likely already know what happens in them. So that's what helped me decide. But yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait for the next one. It's supposed to be even crazier, which is going to be fun. And I think some of the characters from number 2 are coming back for number 3, which is fun. Art the Clown is amazing. I love him, and he's just so creepy but funny. Like, he's so funny, but like when he's creepy, he's really creepy. Especially in number 1, the scene in the little diner place. Oh my god, that was terrifying. He was so creepy and it made me so tense watching it. So I just loved it so much. Blending that down quite far, and I love it. So I'm going to grab some shimmers, and I do have liquid shimmer. So I've got this Kash Beauty liquid shadow. It's a super sparkly gold, and this is in the shade Gold Dust. It's an eye topper. Now, I don't necessarily want it to be like fully opaque foiled across my eye. I want like just sparkles, because I kind of want a lighter background shade, because I'm going to do liner to be the focus. So I'm going to pop this on, and we're going to just like tap it out and build it up very slowly to see how opaque I actually want it to be, because it is kind of sheer. It's a topper. So I'm kind of just like painting it over the area that I want it, and then I will tap it in to make sure that it's nice and even, but also not too much. Now, when I say I've been hardcore reading, I have to keep my eyes kind of down for this. I've been hardcore reading. I like back in Christmas just gone, my boyfriend got me a Kindle. Sorry, I have to literally keep my eyes like this, otherwise it'll crease on me. My boyfriend got me a Kindle. Probably one of the best gifts he's ever bought me. Because I wanted to get back into reading. I used to read a lot when I was a teenager, and then I became an adult, and then I had no time, and I don't want to carry books around me. So I used to only read on holidays, but I do want to carry multiple books with me. So he got me a Kindle, and I bring it everywhere with me. It literally comes everywhere with me. I've got the Kindle app on my phone in case I don't have it with me. I can still read. I read on my hour-and-a-half bus journey into work and home, and I just read at any given moment. And when we went on holidays to Tenerife, he was sick of me reading. He was like, can we please go do something? I was like, no. So what have I read in the year? Let me grab my Kindle and I'll tell you. I'll wait for my Kindle to turn back on because it was charging, and I'll just do my other eye, and then it can dry while I go through the books that I've read. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with how that's looking so far. I might do another little coat of it, but I still want it to be nice and light. You can make this look like a cut crease if you want to. I'm not too bothered about that. Okay, in tandem with reading on my Kindle, my little baby, I love it. I also have my audiobook, my Audible, and I only really have it because for Christmas, not the Christmas just gone, the Christmas before, my boyfriend got me the Lord of the Rings audiobook for Audible, because I've never fully read through the whole series, and Lord of the Rings movies is my favourite movie series, but also my favourite movie of all time, and all of them, they're all one movie to me. I know everything about them. You can quiz me on anything to do with those movies, I can tell you that. And I'm learning more by reading the books as well, which is really fun. And he's also reading the audiobook. He's just like a half book behind me, which is really fun that we're kind of doing it together. But I'm doing that when I'm like want to listen to something, if I'm not listening to a podcast. So I set my goal on my Goodreads app for like 20 books for the year, which is a lot for me. I used to read like maybe two books in a year. It took me a month and a half to read Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. It's my least favourite Harry Potter book. It took me a month and a half to do that. So, and I'm not a fast reader, but I was in the middle of reading the Unwind series by Neil Shusterman. It's a dystopian kind of style book. I'm not going to get into all of the details of all the books, but I read the first 2 physical copies, and then I was like, since I got my Kindle, I'll get the 3rd and 4th book, and they were so good. If you love a dystopian Hunger Gamesy kind of style, not like fighting, but like that kind of weird, messed up way of living, go for that. That's amazing. Straight after that, I went into My Best Friend's Exorcism and then watched the movie, which was good as well. And then I went into a massive series. I went into the Vampire Academy, which is very YA, kind of, we'll say level of Twilight, but not as mushy as Twilight. There's more fighting. The female lead is very strong, very independent, very opinionated, very much like that. Twilight's a bit more mushy than that. And I've read all the Twilight books. And there were 6 books in that. So I read all of those, and then I decided to do Tender is the Flesh, because I'd been wanting to read that for ages. That was so fast, and I finished that just as I started my holiday, like on the 2nd day I finished off that book, and that was gross. It was just descriptive and gross, and really messed up ending, and I really, really liked it. It was so good. A very weird writing style as well. If you've read it, you kind of understand what I'm talking about. A very weird writing style. And then I done what everyone has done. And I started reading ACOTAR. A Court of Thorns and Roses. I started reading it literally the day after I finished Tender is the Flesh on my holidays. I finished off that book and I started reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I was like, cool. Fantasy book. Everyone's talking about it. Let's get into it. And I read it in 4 days. The first book, I read it in 4 days. That's the quickest I've ever read a book, probably ever, but also the quickest I've read a book of that size ever. And I just loved it so much. I got to like halfway through and I was like, I am not putting this in. We were at a bar on our holidays. Like he was watching the sport, whatever sports was on TV, the F1 or something like that. And I was reading my Kindle, sitting in the bar. And that was like the way my holiday went. And then as soon as I finished the first one, I already had the second one bought and downloaded. I started that and I kind of got about a third of the way through before I finished off the holiday. And when I came back to work, then it was like a lot slower kind of reading that, because you know I have other things to do apart from just lounging on holiday. But when I got into it, oh, did I get into it? Oh my goodness. There is a certain character, if you've read it, you already know, we all know who it is. Certain character, yes. I love that character so much, and now I'm on the 3rd one. I am currently, let me see, 26% of the way through A Court of Wings and Ruin. Mist and Fury is the 2nd book, and that's my favourite one. That was total 5 stars. Thorns and Roses was a 4-star, and this one so far I'd be on it to say 3.5, 4, but I know things go down in this book, and I am going to read the little novella, the 3.5 book, and then I'm going to read the Silver Flames book as well. Yeah, I'm so obsessed with this series. I keep talking about it. One of the girls I work with started reading it kind of at the same time, so we're just talking about it. I'm trying to recruit people to talk about it and read it and everything like that. And I love all the memes on TikTok. I love all the AI images. I love it all. I'm so engrossed. I'm so into it. I love it so much. I am just one of those people. Okay, my lids should be sufficiently dry now after my book talk. Thank you for coming to that. But let me do just another small little layer just to make sure we didn't miss any gap. Okay, so for my inner corner highlight, I'm just going to use my face highlight because it's light enough. It has that gold kind of sheen to it, and I just think it's going to match really well. And I'm just taking on a little brush that I got from eBay, and we're just going to pop that in here. I always go so hard with my inner corner highlight. It just gets out of hand, but I still love it. So, liner. This is where it's going to get tricky. What I'm going to use for it, first anyway, I'll see how it goes, and I may use another liner, but I'm going to use my Suva Beauty Hydra liner in grease. It's just black water activated liner. I am going to use my Apocalypse Beauty mixing medium that I got in a, when did I get this? I think I got it in like a mystery bag kind of thing. So I'm going to drop a couple of little drops into this, and I've multiple brushes for this. So I've got this is just a face painting brush. It's Paradise Makeup AQ 811, a long brush like this. I've also got a Morphe brush, the Morphe and Abby Roberts AB313, super long and thin. And I've got my little MAC 210, small little brush like this. I'm going to start with my 210 to line my eye. And then I may move on to one of these brushes, because I done a graphic liner with this and I really liked how it turned out, but I don't know yet. I'm still getting used to using this kind of brush. So we're going to start with the 210. So with this, you just want to mix the mixing medium or the water around in the little thing like this until it's at a consistency that you're happy with. You don't want it to be too liquidy, but you don't want it to be too thick. That's something that I've learned over time, is that I kept leaving it too thick, thinking it wasn't going to be opaque enough, but it definitely was. So I definitely want it to be on the more liquid side. But we are going to just start with a basic line. No wing, just a basic line. Okay, so now moving on to the Morphe brush. I'm very scared. So we are going to create a wing. I'm going to go back in with my 210 just to create my wing, because I need the like tension on the brush. That brush is too flimsy for that part. And don't worry too much about the underneath of that line. It's the top you want to get nice and straight and long as well, because we're going to be pulling back into the crease and we want enough for the wing shape as well. So when I'm doing this part, when I'm going into the crease, I like to keep my eye open. I'm hoping I don't cover this with my mirror, but open and look straight into your mirror. Whew. I didn't breathe at all while I was doing that. Ooh. Doing the other eye is even more difficult because you have to match them. Okay, so I'm going to stick with this brush, this 210 brush, because I just think it's easier for me to do this kind of work. So what we're going to do is from this baseline underneath, we are going to start down the bottom down here, and we're going to basically just draw a little curve down like in this direction, and then we're going to do another one this direction, connect them in the middle. This actually kind of works out well, because if you know Akatar, you know about the Bat Boys. And then we're going to do another one. And there should kind of be like a U shape in between the two, if that makes sense. And then this last one that's up closer here, we're going to do it a little bit smaller. It's even enough. Not 100% even, but it's fine. From a distance, it looks the same. It's okay. It's even enough. I'm happy with it. I was going to use this black dazzle liner, but I just realized it's actually not going to cover over that. It's not sparkly enough. I've kind of tried testing it on my hand to see if it would work, but it's not working, and I just don't want to jeopardize my liner. It kind of just blends into it. So we're not gonna mess with that too much. So instead, that is it. That is our look. And I am going to jump off. I'm going to finish off my eyes, do a nice lip, and I will show you what I use when I come back. Alrighty guys, so this is how I finish off my look. I am in love with it, and look, it's freaking bats everywhere. Bat earrings, bats here, bats and spider webs. We love it. Bats on the eye, bat wings on the eyes. And I'm just in love with this look. I think it's so fun. So let me go through everything that I used on my face. So to finish off the eyes, because I done all like the crazy looking liner with you guys, I just went in with my NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the shade Gold Plated, because it's kind of a mustardy gold, and I just thought it would go really well with the golds that I have on the eyes, just in my waterline. My mascara then is my Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara, and then my lashes are the Midnight Lux from House of Lashes, because they're wispy but they kind of wing out as well, so I just wanted to keep that pull on the eye going to keep it nice and winged. You already seen my highlighter, my face highlighter, but for my bronzer I use my Nabla Skin Bronzing Powder in the shade Ambra. because it's a little bit more golden and I wanted all the gold tones. And then for blush, as I've said, I don't have a full-on orange or mustardy coloured blush, which I need to get. So the closest I had to it was the Benefit Coralista blush, because it's a little bit more peachy orange. And I just popped that on my cheeks. I do think it worked though, because it gives me a little bit of colour and I really like that. But I'm very interested in the Singe Beauty blushes that they just brought out, that Angelica just brought out. I'm also interested in the brushes, which I may get around Black Friday. And she has an orangey blush that's kind of like a luminous blush, and I think I'm probably going to get that at least as well, if not maybe another one. But yeah, I definitely am in the market for a true kind of yellow orange blush and a mustardy coloured blush, because I do use those colours often on my eyes and I like to match my blush or have something that goes with my eyes quite well. Also on my face I decided to do faux freckles, in case you probably can't see them from here, but you will see them in photos. This is the Colourpop Freckle pen in soft brown, just the light one, just to freckle up my face. And then for lips, it's a MAC combo. This is the Stone lip liner from MAC, just to line my lips. It was literally just there to give me the definition, but you don't really see the colour, and it's not really the colour I was going for on the overall lip. The colour I was going for was Derriere, which is a matte one, and I think this is gone because they've redone a lot of their lipsticks, and it's kind of like that mustardy brown, but like a deeper brown sort of shade, and I think it goes so well. I have many mustard coloured lip colours, but I use them a lot, so I was like, let's do something different. So I found this and I was like, ooh, that goes really well. So that's what we decided on. So that is it. That is my little get ready with me to go nowhere, because I'm just vegging out to edit my final video before I start editing all my spooky season stuff, which I'm very excited about. And yeah, I cannot wait to start uploading. I think this is the last one I'll be filming before I start uploading my spooky season videos on Tuesday, which will be the 1st of October, which is so soon, and I'm so excited. But that is it. That is our little get ready with me, just a fun little spooky get ready with me. I like doing these like little things, giving you updates on kind of what I've been up to, but also mostly what I've been watching, because during this time of year I just watch a lot of movies. I watch a lot of horror movies. I watch them all year round, but I watch them a lot in October and this time of year. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. So I want to know down in the comments below, what are some recent horror movies that you've been watching? And also give me I want some book recommendations that are similar to ACOTAR. Okay, I'm in the world, I want something similar. I'm going to do Throne of Glass. I will do that. And I have I've 80 books on my TBR list on Goodreads, but I'm constantly adding to it for future books to read. And I want something like ACOTAR. I want the feeling I got when I was reading Mist and Fury, A Court of Mist and Fury, the second book. I want that feeling again. That's what I want. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support. Get me around to more people, and also let me know that you like the video, and I will continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos coming. We are in spooky season. We've got all the spooky goodness coming, so hit subscribe down below to see it all coming. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below. I post all the up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks, and my TikTok is down there for a little bit of extra content, and there is some spooky content going up on there as well. So that is all for this spooky video, so I will see you in the next one. Bye.